This map is hideous. Look at Illinois 13th. I mean, this is disgusting. Illinois 17th, same thing. These maps in Illinois are horrendous. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Again, these are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff, let's get into it because we have to talk about why the Republican Party failed to get a big majority. Yeah, that's right. Despite the fact that Trump won the popular vote by 2 points, he won every swing state by a lot, despite the fact that he won like 230 or 240 House seats, despite all of that, the Republican Party ended up with just 220 House seats. Yeah, that is not a misquote, that's not a typo. Trump won the popular vote by like 2 points, won by 3 million votes, won everywhere, but by some miracle, the Republican Party did so bad down ballot that they're going to end up with 220 in the House. Yeah, that's it. So in other words, we actually seen a net loss for the Republican Party. Which is just crazy to say because when you look at this map right here, you would say, oh, Trump won easily. He won by 3 million votes. He won the popular vote by 2 points. He won all the swing states. He did way better in places like New Jersey, New York, California, New Mexico. Theoretically, this should have been a red wave. It wasn't. The Republican Party actually lost House seats. Now, there is still one race uncalled. That's California 13th, but it looks like John Duarte had lost. So in other words, it's official. Republicans lost more House seats than they gained in 2024. Guys, this is a complete embarrassment. With how well Trump did everywhere, not just in 1 or 2 states, no, in every single state. He outran his 2020 and even 2016 performances nearly everywhere. So the Republican Party at a bare minimum should have like 225, 226 in the House. But no, they're so pathetic that they can't even get 221. They can't even keep the current majority. They lose seats. So I want to talk about why this happened because Republicans got to learn from their mistakes ASAP because this is it for Trump. He is not running in 2028, and this is it. This is the last time he's going to be on the ballot. And if Republicans do this bad with Trump on the ballot, what do you think's going to happen in 2026, 2028, 2030? And I know J.D. Vance, he's probably going to be the nominee. I get that, but like, down ballot, Republicans, they got to get their act together ASAP because this is just pathetic. And I want to start with the most obvious reason why Republicans failed to get this huge majority. All right, at least gain House seats. They couldn't even do that. The biggest reason as well, the Republican Party, they are not the same as Trump. This is what people gotta understand. People don't vote for Trump because he's Republican. No, people vote for Trump because they like him. They like Trump. They hate the Republican Party, but they love Trump. They support his agenda. They support his policies. They vote for him. And some might vote down ballot Republican, but a large chunk of these people, they don't vote Republican down ballot. Like the best example is California 13th. John Duarte should have won this race by like 5 points at a bare minimum, right? Trump won the district by like 4 to 5 points. Duarte's the incumbent, and he's going against Adam Gray, who he beat in 2022. With all those factors in mind, he should have won by 5 to 10 points. But Duarte won or lost by 200 votes. Now, let's be clear, California's got to fix their shit because the fact that it took this long for them to count the votes, and quite frankly, there's still votes outstanding, so we don't actually know technically who won, but more than likely, Duarte lost. It's over. The fact is, John Duarte was a shit Republican. He sucked on the issues. He was not conservative. In fact, he's a pro-amnesty Republican. Yet he underperformed Trump by 5 to 10 points, despite being the incumbent, despite even in this primary, he won by 10 points against Adam Gray. But people don't like John Duarte. The same voters that voted for Trump, a lot of them voted for Gray. because they just don't trust Duarte. And you can see this in a bunch of other places, just across the board. You had crappy Republicans underperforming Trump everywhere. Look at Miller Meeks in Iowa's first. Trump won by like 10 points here. It was a complete blowout. Yet Miller Meeks, despite being the moderate Republican, that's, the electable person or whatever, she won, despite being the incumbent, by 800 votes. Guys, it's a trend in every single state. You notice the same thing everywhere. There are some places here and there, like Nebraska 2nd, where, yeah, Don Bacon did outrun Trump, but that's obvious. Outside of, like, Don Bacon and, like, maybe Michael Lawler, who else outran Trump? Who? At least when it comes to competitive House seats. I'm not talking about, Nevada's 2nd. Like, that doesn't count. I'm talking about, hey, these competitive House seats. Did Republicans outperform Trump anywhere? I can't think of a single place outside of Don Bacon and, like, Michael Lawler where they outran Trump. And this is the biggest problem. The GOP, they don't understand. People don't vote for the Republican Party. They vote for Trump. And a lot of these Republicans that underperformed, they pretended Trump never existed. I don't know who Trump is. I'm not going to talk about him. And funny enough, the Republicans that did best were actually people that tied their campaigns to Trump. Like Breshahan, Pennsylvania 8th, against Matt Cartwright, who is a longtime incumbent. He's been there forever, and I know this is a Republican trending district, but Breshahan ran a MAGA campaign, and he won by 2 points. He did pretty good against Cartwright. McKenzie in Pennsylvania 7th, same thing. Republicans that tied their campaigns to Trump or ran as the MAGA candidates, they tended to outperform Republicans in other places. Like John Duarte in California 13th. He shat the bed, he pretended Trump never existed, and he underperformed them by 5 points. This happened everywhere. This happened in nearly every single House race. Whether it's in Colorado, Washington, Oregon, California, everywhere, it's the same trend. So Republicans, that's the first problem. They got to get their act together with candidates, with messaging. They got to realize these people will not vote for you just because you have an R next to their name. They will vote for you if they like you. They will vote for you if you say, hey, I'm going to stand with Trump and I'm going to push forward his agenda. But if you don't, you pretend he doesn't exist, or you're just a grifter like John Duarte and others, they're not going to vote for you. But to be fair to the GOP, this is only one reason. Like, it's a big reason. Their campaigns were garbage. They had no clue how to message to voters. But I would argue that's not even the biggest reason why they did so bad. I would argue the number one reason why the Republican Party did so bad in 2024 is redistricting. Listen, redistricting for the Republican Party the last, 5 years has been a complete disaster. And they gotta take this seriously, by the way, because it's clear redistricting is becoming a big problem for the GOP. Now, you have idiots out here like David Wasserman saying, well, the bottom line, it's impressive Democrats nearly flipped the House majority, given 1, GOP redistricting advantage, and 2, Trump's win. The second part, yeah, it's kind of stupid the Democrat Party did so good down ballot. Well, more so the GOP sucked, but you get the point that, yeah, it is kind of impressive that the Democrat Party, they did do pretty good down ballot. But this first reason, the GOP redistricting advantage, might be the biggest pile of crap I have ever heard. Now, if this was 10 years ago, of course. 10 years ago, yeah, Republicans, they had some insane redistricting wins everywhere. They had some insane maps across the board, and that's why they were able to win 250 in the House. I understand, if you're talking about 10 years ago, of course. But now, in the year 2024, how the hell can you say, well, these maps are actually helping the GOP in some areas? Okay, maybe Florida, even though Florida is trending heavy to the right. Texas, same deal, is shifting to the right. You could argue, well, maybe some of the districts are gerrymandered. They are. But with what happened in 2024, would you really be shocked if Republicans did just as well in the House seats in Texas and Florida? I don't think it's crazy to say that. But compare that to, say, I don't know, Illinois. I mean, how can anyone say with a straight face, yeah, this is a good map for the GOP? Guys, Trump lost Illinois by only, what, 11 points? That's it. He got 43% of the vote here, yet Democrats, they won nearly everything. And not because of, oh, bad geography. Look at this. This map is hideous. Look at Illinois 13th. I mean, this is disgusting. Illinois 17th, same thing. These maps in Illinois are horrendous. If this was a fair map, and I'm not talking about, oh, what Democrats consider fair. When I say fair, I'm talking about, okay, no hideous maps like this. It's compact, it's clean, it focuses on community of interest, not this crap the Democrats do, they call fair. If this was a fair map, Republicans should have, like, I would say like 6 or 7 House seats at a bare minimum in Illinois. Right there, that's 4 extra House seats that Democrats win because of monstrosities like this. But let's keep going. Let's go to California. You know what? How about Connecticut? Look at this. This is a map out of Connecticut, and anyone that says this is fair, they're full of shit. If this was really a fair map, Connecticut 5th should be a Republican district. It should be. I mean, it's like D+7 or something crazy. I mean, guys, Trump got what? What did he get in Connecticut? Let's see. 41% of the vote. And I know geography in Connecticut can be a bit bad for Republicans. I get that. But you can draw a map that gives Republicans at least 1 House seat. Let's keep going. Massachusetts. I know that this is a Democrat state, but look at this crap. You zoom in on Boston. I mean, this is just hideous. It's across the board. And I know Massachusetts, it's a fairly Democrat state. I understand that, but if you drew a fair map in Massachusetts, there would be like a Democrat-leaning seat that could flip. And with how good Trump did in 2024, he probably would have won that House seat. So you start looking at these maps, it's like, wait, the Democrat Party, they have the redistricting advantage, not Republicans. Hell, look at California. Everyone says, oh, California has an independent commission. Bullshit. That commission's ran by partisan hacks that are just all Democrats. Even the Republicans, they're the Liz Cheney types. They're the Liz Cheney types on that commission. And they approved this map. Does this look like a fair map to you? Look at House District 20. Does this look clean? It doesn't. Let's just keep going. Look at LA. I mean, these districts look hideous. It's not as bad as Illinois, but still. If you drew a fair map in California, there should be like 4 or 5 more House Republicans out of California by itself. This is in nearly every single state Democrats have they have control of redistricting in California. Don't let people fool you. That commission's full of shit. And people are starting to see through it. These commissions, they're all partisan Democrats. The only real commissions that are fair and independent are Colorado and, funny enough, Michigan. These are the only 2 commissions that you could argue are kind of fair. And funny enough, Republicans actually gained House seats in both of them. They won Michigan 7th, and they flipped Colorado 8th. The 2 states that have actually fair redistricting when it comes to commissions, they actually benefited the GOP. So don't let people like David Wasserman fool you that, oh, this is actually a Republican redistricted advantage. Bullshit. And that's not even talking about what happened in places like Alabama and or Louisiana. I mean, guys, does this look fair? District 6 was a Republican seat 2 years ago. But Democrats threw such a hissy fit that the courts forced Louisiana to redraw their maps to make this monstrosity. Same thing with Alabama. I mean, that's 2 House seats there. I mean, you start doing the math, it's like, you're talking about like 10 to 15 House seats when you factor in places like California, Alabama, Louisiana. Well, you could Mississippi, but you get the point. Illinois, even New York and Connecticut. You start doing the math, it's like, wait, Republicans should have a way bigger majority just because of redistricting. If these maps were really fair, the GOP would have 230 in the House, and maybe 240. Now, the Republican Party, they have to take this seriously because Democrats for years have been abusing the legal system to get rid of maps like in Alabama, Louisiana, everywhere. just to gain an extra House seat there, an extra House seat there, but it adds up. Republicans the next 2 years, they should sue places like New Mexico, Illinois, California, Connecticut. Get actually fair maps across the board so you can gain more House seats. And I do believe with Trump being president, the DOJ, they may go after Illinois, California, New York, and force them to actually have fair maps. Like I said, when I say fair, that doesn't mean, Illinois is a fair map because it's very Democrat. No. A fair map would be, there's no insane county splits, it doesn't look hideous, and you have community of interest in mind. Not just, we're going to have, like, Illinois 15th, or Illinois 13th. We're not going to have crap like this. This is hideous. No one should support this. Now, will the Republican Party do this? I don't know. I think they may realize that, wait, we should have 230 in the House, at the bare minimum. But because Democrats abuse the legal system so much, they were able to win places like Alabama, Louisiana, hell, even places like California because of that commission that are filled with partisan Dems. They got free House seats everywhere. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.